Hello everybody, this is Cyrus here back with another video. Today we're on episode 2 of Heritage Diecast. For today's truck that we're taking a look at, it is a 1940s Leyland. This is made by Lledo as a part of their Vanguards series. Obviously on the box it says between the 50s and 60s, but I can tell you that the cab of this truck is a 1947 cab. I'm just going to quickly point that out right off the bat. Now, the original seller of this, or the person I got this truck from off of eBay, he did take this out of the box and did show photos of it. So since it's been out of the packaging already, I am going to open this since I don't have to worry about hurting the value. So when we come back, we'll have the truck out of the package and we'll get a better look at it. All right, before we take a look at the truck itself, it's worth noting that there is a license plate sticker sheet. You can choose between 16 different license plates to put on the back of the truck, but I'm going to leave these in the sticker sheet system just to keep the value up a little bit. Also included with the truck is a miniature collector card. And if you want to read the back, you can pause the video right now. All right, here is the truck itself out of the package. Now, just a quick size dimension for those of you who are wondering the scale. It is 1:64 scale. So if you have any British Matchbox cars from around the same time period, which I'll compare later, then they would display well alongside this truck. All that red you see being used is metal. And the tampo work on there seems to be in pretty good condition, aside from some minor lettering missing on the word road there. You can see there's a little bit of the A missing. There also is a little bit of scuffing on both the roof and hood, but that's probably from being in the package for a long time, to be honest. The glossy black you see being used is metal, and then the matte black finish is all plastic. Now, there is a spare tire at the back. It does appear to be a little bit more looser on my version, so I don't know if this is a common thing with most of these Vanguard series trucks by Lledo or not. And on the base, it says Made in England by Lledo as a part of their Vanguard series, and then it says Leyland Comet, or I believe I'm pronouncing that right. At least I hope I am. There is some nice silver trim being used on the T-cross that goes over the grille. However, the grille hasn't been completely done up in silver, but I'm personally not too bothered by that. And the headlights have been nicely done up as well. Interesting to note that there is silver being used on the windshield wiper. And there's only one, so I'm guessing maybe they only need one for the driver's side of the truck, but I could be wrong. It's just kind of interesting to note there. On the side it says British Road Service and Witness, I think that's how it's pronounced. Correct me if I'm wrong. There is some red paint being used to highlight the tail lights at the rear. And then all the casted-in details for all the pins and latches for the dropside mechanism are casted in nicely. There doesn't seem to be any factory errors by the look of things, which is quite nice. The canopy-covered load in the back of the truck can be removed. And as you'll notice, it's just one hollow piece of plastic. It is a bit more on the softer side, so I would recommend being careful. However, with the load removed, that does give you the option to put other cargo in the back of the truck if you have any that's about the right size. So here we have, well, whatever these things are. There's some sort of canopy-wrapped barrels or something, but they work perfectly well. They might be a little bit big when compared next to the cab of the truck, but still, if you wanted to use this as like little covered statues or something, they would do the job just fine. We've got a timber load right here, which we'll get out of the plastic bag and put in the back of the truck. And we'll see how well that looks. All right, there you got the timber load in the back. Now, due to the plastic clip that's holding the bed of the truck on, The timber load can't be placed more forwards towards the front, but personally I think that's kind of fine in my opinion. It still looks quite good. And finally, just for a quick scale comparison before we wrap up the video, here it is next to a Matchbox Morris Minor Saloon. And you can totally see how well it scales out. So, in conclusion, I think that these Vanguard trucks by Lledo are a good piece. Now, they don't have the major amount of detail when compared to other vintage diecast models, mostly because they're intended for model train layouts. However, if you are looking to invest in some older style trucks that were in Britain, I would highly recommend looking into these, particularly if you can find a United States seller who's selling one of these like I was able to, so then you don't have to pay the additional shipping charges from Britain. Otherwise, the truck itself is absolutely solid, and I would highly recommend any versions of these that you can find. I'll end the video here. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in some more videos very soon. Have a good, safe rest of your day, guys. Bye.